there's a lot of fear about the next big collapse, the next big, bear market bringer.
My crypto is sad. It's deeply sad, and I'm hoping that we're going to be able to talk about some airdrop alpha that is going to save the day and rise like a beautiful phoenix from the ashes of liquidation to the joys of profit taking.
Edel, I think you predicted some really important black swan events to look out for.
Yes. Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to DGR. This is Don't Get Rekt. I'm Al, joined by Mo. How are we doing, Mo?
Yeah, we're doing good, but the charts and the crypto market is not doing good. There's a lot of red there.
Yeah.
Last time we talked, Bitcoin was around 97K. As I speak right now, it's at 89K. Ethereum's not below 3,000. So a lot has happened. Al, are you bullish or are you not?
Yeah, I mean, I'm bullish on what we're calling physical Bitcoin, gold, right? Gold and silver right now are protecting my bags pretty well. But no, my crypto is sad. It's deeply sad, and I'm hoping that we're going to be able to talk about some airdrop alpha that is going to save the day and rise like a beautiful phoenix from the ashes of liquidation to the joys of profit taking. What do you think? Are there any key support and resistance levels we need to look at in the very near future?
Absolutely. I think all of this is what's going on. There's a talk about a 10 a.m. liquidation, 10 a.m. risk that everyone keeps mentioning. What the speculation is that if you see at certain days of the week, around 10 a.m. Eastern time, when markets have opened for 1 hour in New York, Bitcoin tends to dip a bit and then, correct again. People think that some market makers and, of course, a lot of big institutions like Jane Street, they are selling and buying ETFs at a rapid pace to kind of manipulate the market at that time. But again, these are all speculation. What I think is really driving the volatility and fear is, of course, geopolitical conflicts and macro uncertainty, especially after what Trump announced, I think 10% tariffs on certain European countries that go against his Greenland ambitions. And he also threatened that after February 1, when these initial tariffs come up, it can increase to, I think, 25% or something like that. So a lot of fear, uncertainty about, inflation surrounding these threats and these rising tensions. The Iran conflict is still going on. But I think we are priced in at the moment about the tariff shocks for February 1, 89K, around 90K. Bitcoin might remain at that level. But you need to look at 85K. If Bitcoin drops below that resistance level, I think there's going to be a lot of shock in the market. We might see, it dip further. There's going to be a lot of liquidations. Same for Ethereum. If it drops below, 2,700, it's going to be a liquidity concern for the market. But on the upside, if Bitcoin reclaims 95K, or even that's a big if right now at this point, 100K is going to be really amazing. Bulls are going to come back. Right now, we are stuck, and we are probably going to remain stuck for next couple of weeks at least. But there's a lot of fear about the next big collapse, the next big, bear market bringer. And if I remember correctly, we call them black swans, just like when FTX and Terra Luna collapsed in 2022, the crypto window started. And Al, I think you predicted some really important black swan events to look out for.
Yes. It's funny. I've been in crypto since early 2015, so this is my 11th year, and the amount of once in a lifetime events we've lived through already, it feels like they're happening every year. And in the article, we talk about, are black swans becoming more common, or does it feel more common because of the interconnected nature of our extremely fragile financial system, right? So do you remember in the COVID pandemic, it was only sort of 4 or 5 years ago, Bitcoin went right down to sort of sub 10K. prime buying opportunity. Who knew? But yes, we are circled by nearly 10 black swans. I'm not going to talk about all of them. You need to go and read the article for that to fully position yourself. But 2 for the short term, and by short term, I really mean sort of H1 this year. I'm not some sort of Nostradamus. We're just trying to get ahead of what could happen so we can be prepared. 1, collapse of a market maker. We know these guys are out there, these shady people creating wash trading statistics so that they can pump volumes. It's all fake. You know, when people are like, crypto's a scam, that's partially because sometimes it is. New tokens need market making, fine. But a lot of what you see, a lot of volume isn't real. And of course, those horrible pre-sales that we look about, they are outright scams. So unfortunately, crypto is still full of bad actors. Now, even if they're legit, a huge market maker moving billions is going to have an impact if that goes down. Not only could that happen, it's possibly already happened and we just don't know about it yet, right? We've also seen instances of stablecoins depegging on Binance and not anywhere else. So that shows you the power of these institutions. If one goes down, it's going to have a domino effect on the other. Now, market makers are crypto specific, and adjacent to that are these lovely 4-letter words that have been plaguing our financial existence since we were born, called banks. A bank could go down. A bank of strategic importance and significance. Not a central bank. Those are the national banks that they certainly won't fail in the near future. But those big banks you've heard about, HSBC, Citi, JP Morgan Chase, it is not only possible, it is likely one of them's just going to get wiped out. It could get wiped out by a bank run. That's me and you saying, hey, we want to withdraw all our cash, and we all do it at the same time, and they don't have the cash, and they completely collapse. Or they went short on silver when they should have gone long, because electric vehicles, solar panels, and bloody missiles are all full of silver. Turns out we're using a lot of all 3 of those things. I can't believe no one saw the silver price action coming. They're going to get wrecked, and we're not going to get wrecked because we watched these video series. I nearly called it a podcast then. So Mo, those are my 2 short-term black swans. Further out, there are many more of them. That does sound big, does sound scary. So position yourself, right? Get prepared. And we talk about how to do that in the article. Have you got a black swan in mind?
Well, look, I also have 2 in mind. I'm not going to bore people with the scary stuff, but I think a major kind of black swan event we need to look out for is the potential collapse of MicroStrategy, who are the biggest Bitcoin treasury out there. And look, I understand all the love for MicroStrategy. I am as well optimistic about Michael Saylor's strategy, how he sees Bitcoin as the ultimate asset. I do share the same belief. I think the whole market does, but inherently Bitcoin is a volatile asset, and the pace at which Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy are buying Bitcoin, if and when price drops below a certain level, there's gonna be a lot of panics, because shareholders, they're not always, you can get 10 people in a room to behave the same in any case. So it's not like all the shareholders will have the same level of confidence. So when that happens, MicroStrategy might collapse. And if such a big Bitcoin owner collapses, the market's going to be a bloodbath, at least for a short term. But I'm not saying that will happen. MicroStrategy is a big deal. They are well protected. They have a lot of cash reserve as well. So, but if it happens, watch out early, track their stock market performance. If you see major dips consecutively in their stock prices, you would know that there's a risk there. So position yourself, correctly, and identify these risks early, so you are safe and you don't get wrecked. Another thing is quantum computing. Look, I know a lot of you are saying quantum computing is going to destroy Bitcoin and crypto. I'm going to tell you full stop, it will not. The technology, even if it's that level by 2030, Bitcoin developers are acting early. A lot of the wallets are being, protecting again quantum cryptographic threats. So there's a lot happening on the technological front that we don't know about, but it's available. If you want to read the technical stuff, you can search the technological advancements that's going on in Bitcoin wallet development. So quantum is not going to destroy Bitcoin, but the fear of quantum might, because nukes are coming. Even if nukes are not coming, people are running on the streets. So that's what might happen if there's a big quantum breakthrough, which Google predicts will happen in the next couple of years. So yeah, initial FUD, but again, Bitcoin's going to come back from that. So these are some of the events you should look out for. There are other ones as well. As Al said, go read our 9 black swans that can trigger a crypto bear market article, and it's full of guys how you should leverage and protect yourself. But that's the negative stuff. I want to talk about the positive stuff of how you can potentially earn some free tokens, and this time it's exciting. On tokenized stocks. It's on the Base blockchain, the one developed by Coinbase. It's called Edel Finance. Al, do you want to talk about it a bit?
Yeah, absolutely. This one came to me actually as a tip from a friend, because unusually for a project like this, the token is out there. The token exists. They've already generated it pre significant airdrop, right? Right now they're running a testnet rewards campaign that is tied to a points program, but innovatively, that's a gross word. What I like what they've done is the token has utility within the airdrop. Now, what that means is when you head over to Edel Finance and get access either through a code, or it should be open to everyone now, you can spin this wheel, and to use the wheel for the first time, you unlock it with USDC on Base or Edel Finance tokens, which, because of the price action, are likely much cheaper. So you're getting a discount on your wheel spin. And we'll get some images up of what that looks like and how people can do that. There's a full detailed guide you can read. But ultimately, what's cool about this project is going to reward you with what it's calling mock tokens. So mock stablecoins and mock tokenized stocks on blockchain. That is a big deal. I know there are lots of people that are very interested in stocks and shares. Mo, I know you're one of them. RWAs are bullish as a use case in 2026, regardless of the chart action right now. Zoom out, look at the growth of RWA as a category. Edel Finance could be a big name in this space, I guarantee it. And right now, you can farm points. So what's not to like? You need like 50 cents or $1 to go and get started. Hopefully you've earned that from other airdrops that we've told you about. So reinvest that dollar into more airdrops. There's a great strategy. I think it's cool. And, Mo, if you had the opportunity to get tokenized Tesla or Amazon, would you do it on-chain or off-chain?
Absolutely on-chain. There's nothing off-chain about me. But you're right. Edel Finance does look bullish. I'm also feeling confident about this, but I'm on the cautious side, of course. A lot of these projects do big promises, but end up failing. We've seen with Mantra. Looking at you, OM. But Edel Finance is backed by quite a lot of big names. Trump's Liberty Financial has a partnership with it. They, as of now, the testnet I think has over 33,000 users, so it's quite an attractive project. And you only need a couple of dollars worth of tokens on Base to participate in this testnet airdrop points program. So it's definitely one worth checking. It's a very cool concept where you can use crypto to borrow tokenized stocks and then use it for perpetual trading to go short or long with it. Really cool concept. We've written a lot about this, so do check out our guide. And I think this is going to be a cool airdrop alpha. But now that airdrops are out of the way, let's talk about some real alpha. I thought that NFTs were dead. And right now, NFTs, just like for all the wrestling fans out there, it behaved like an Undertaker and just came up. And there's an NFT called Moonbirds. These funny owl-looking creatures are up by almost 30% over the past few weeks. What's up with this, man? I don't know what Moonbirds are. Please, what am I missing out?
I mean, Moonbirds are going straight to the moon. Okay, so we're writing a really lovely article at the moment. There's about infrastructure, yes, but also about NFT ecosystems. Ecosystem is a really crucial word to Web3 right now. It is the only way to survive as a project is to create an ecosystem. Now, NFTs, they were a little bit flat for a while. And my belief is because stablecoins, though boring, obviously work. They obviously have a use case and a product market fit. NFTs also have that, but the language we used around them was straight up stupid. It was messy. It was, hey, I'm going to rep a new pixelated monkey profile pic. People didn't understand the ownership implications. Now, what's happened with Moonbird is very simple. New ownership. Orange Cap Games have come in. They were like, look, we crushed it with Pudgy Penguins. Now we're going to do it all again with Moonbirds. And the reason they can do that, I think, is because they understand intellectual property. They understand tokenization and ownership and community and hype. And they know that it needs utility. They know that to create value, it has to do something. It has to be useful. So Moonbirds now is 3 NFT collections. There's the OG 2022 or 2021 Ethereum collection of 10,000 pixelated owls. Then there's Moonbirds Oddities and Moonbird Mythics secondary collections. What is coming is a Moonbirds token. Now, we saw, didn't we, the lovely Pudgy Penguins airdrop. Even I got that. I should not have sold it. What a muppet I am. But I don't have any Pudgies, so I was like, I'm out of this. Moonbirds token is coming. It's coming on Solana. People that own NFTs from the collection can mint Soulband tokens. But actually, crypto ecosystem participants are able to mint these SBTs as well. For instance, there was one where if you wishlist or like do the little star thing on CoinGecko, you could mint an SBT. The theory is more of these SBTs you have, the higher your allocation will be in an upcoming drop. They are also running blind boxes where you can get a figurine and a trading card that will have a QR code that links to another SBT. Basically, something's coming. They've been very clear. You know, Moonbird's token is coming early Q1. That's right bloody now. So go and take a look at these SBTs. Here's the alpha. There are leaked screenshots of SBTs for, I think one is Meteora, or maybe they just already did Meteora, but there's going to be a couple more SBTs and then it's stopping and the drop will come. So probably early Feb. So we've got some time. Go and get these SBTs. Position yourself. It's free money. You link your Ethereum, you link your Solana, you mint your SBTs, you get an airdrop. What's not to like? But NFTs are coming back in 2026 in a big way. And I could talk all bloody day about that, but I'm not going to. You're just going to have to believe me. But yeah, Moonbirds, highly exciting, highly likely that it will inspire copycats and imitators that also create value and utility in the NFT ecosystem. So it's only a good thing for NFTs what Moonbirds is doing, 100%.
Well, look, I find owls very creepy, but this cute owl I can be on board with. So definitely I don't own any Moonbird NFTs like you as of now, but I think personally for me it might be a bit too late to get the NFTs. But I'll definitely be watching the token launch, as you said, because Pengu was explosive. Pudgy Penguins kind of, even though NFTs all were like dying out, they did kind of, bring that hype back to a certain level. And well, what it sounds like Moonbird might do the same. But I would end with a bit of caution because there's a lot of imitating scammers out there who's just gonna leverage this hype. They're gonna launch scam sites, phishing sites. So whenever you're going to these NFT collections, going to tokens, always look for the official announcements, always look for the official links. Don't click on anything that's not verified. So yeah, Moonbirds and Edel Finance airdrop. These are the 2 alphas for today. So don't get wrecked, stay safe, and we'll catch you in the next episode.
Absolutely.
Don't Get
Make
Wrecked.
sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell us what you want to see. I've been Al. It's been Mo. Thank you very much, everybody, and we'll see you next time.